Hi all, this is Jake Kerr, and hope you all had a great weekend. I am back to telling stories about my life in the music industry, with writing, and with the tech industry, and who knows what else. Today, however, I'm going to talk about writing, specifically the late, great Ursula K. Le Guin. What an extraordinary writer she was, and a big influence on me, not just her writing, but her worldview as well. And this is a story about when I was very young and I was in college, a freshman in fact, and she was the writer in residence at Kenyon College where I went to school. I was incredibly lucky to have her as the writer in residence. I was only a freshman, so I didn't get into the full creative writing class that she had, but I was part of the writing workshop that she hosted. And one of the amazing things is that it allowed her to critique a piece of my writing. And to say it was inspiring would be an understatement, because as many writers, when you're young, you have so much earnestness in you and this desire to create great art. At least it was for me. So I would write, these short stories that were so big on these grandiose metaphors and ideas that it overwhelmed the writing, and it wasn't very good. So I wrote this piece about being a working class kid in Pittsburgh, which is where I came from and grew up. And it was essentially a piece about that grueling working class life. And like I said, it was grandiose and overwrought and all of those things that you would expect it to be from a young writer. And I submitted it to Ursula to critique. And she was very gracious, and she wrote back and she said, your use of language is awkward. You're missing this, you're missing that. It was a very kind but blunt piece that said the things you're writing are not getting across what you want to get across. And but at the end, she said something that to this day I keep close to my heart, which was, when I state simply what is happening, I'm terrific. And it was essentially, I'm paraphrasing of course, but essentially what she said was, when I'm real and honest, I'm terrific. When I'm trying to send a message and big and grandiose and full of metaphors and things that, blunt metaphors that are so obvious that it just falls apart. And I took that really to heart, and to this day I still do. The thought that this amazing writer was able to see through my writing and say hey, when you write what you mean, you're special. There's something special about you, and that means a lot to me. In fact, I think I have the yes, here it is. Underneath an Eddie Van Halen signed guitar pick, we have my story. I keep it handy. I'm going to frame it someday. But here it is, typed out. You can see her little notes in the corner and margins. And there's her handwritten note to me, signed Ursula. And I'll never forget this. And she thanked me for allowing her to read it. What an amazing, amazing experience. So that's one of the many pieces of my life that built who I am today, and I'll be sharing more of them as the days go by. And again, this is all in celebration of the fact that my debut science fiction novel is going to be released on November 1st. It's a book called Thursday, and I'll be doing a unboxing of the novel before the release date, so you can actually see it. It's real, trust me, and I'll be giving more information as we get closer. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me and listening to my stories. I hope you enjoyed this one. It certainly meant a lot to me as I experienced it, and I hope it resonated at least a little bit with you. Thanks.